What's up, y'all? It's your homegirl Detroit Che, and you are now tuned in to Versed Online. Yeah.
This year you were a part of the BET Cypher, and being Detroit is a musical city. I mean, besides
Yep.
the Motown being there and Eminem and Big Sean and Dej Loaf, and now here comes you, Detroit Shay. Um, what what being that you're a female hip hop artist from Detroit, do you find it a little bit hard for a female to come out and not be half naked or in bikinis and be a rapper?
I feel like it's hard, but I feel like it's hard because it hasn't been done within like probably like I want to say at least like a decade. I don't really know any like recent female artists that are out without, what I'm saying, showing so much. But at the same time, that's nothing against those female artists that have portrayed that role. Like that can be a reflection of how they are personally, and they just have converted that over into their artistry. So that's nothing against them seeing that they want to show a little bit more skin. But I feel like me, I want to be that female artist that doesn't have to sell myself in order to sell records. So I would say it is hard, but I mean life is hard. Period. I just try to
Mm.
take everything. I just basically try to just take whatever advantages I can have and just apply that and just roll with the punches. Like I said, life is hard. Like it's hard for a lot of young guys to make it into the industry, but just because it's hard doesn't mean that it can't be done. So yeah, it's hard, but I think it can be done. But it takes, the right person to have that certain approach and to be confident within not showing themselves as much, and then still being able to I don't know what I want to say, like still being able to like handle themselves, like hold it down and not drift off into the stereotypes or just get discouraged by everybody telling them, oh, since you're too close, are you a lesbian rapper? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to have that status about you just because you want to be more close. So you do have to be confident within it. So I would say it does take the confident person in order to fulfill that role.
But why do you feel that? Because it seems that most of the rappers, I don't want to name drop some of them, but it seems those ones that are making it mainstream would have to be, you know, have to be half
Say that one more
dressed.
time. I'm sorry. Say that one more
Oh,
time. My phone started going in and out. I'm sorry.
okay. No, I said some of the female artists who are popular, who are making it in the rap game now. It seems that the look, they always have to have that look, and that look that they have to
Mhm.
have is to be half naked, and they have
Right.
to be, dressed accordingly to what, to be with the male counterparts. I mean, yes, we listen to them, but then again, we're looking at them like, okay, but you are wearing something skin tight, and you're, you know, kind of not in the. How can I say this? You see, I'm stumbling because it's just so unique. It's
No, I get what you're saying. It's a touchy topic. Like that's why I was kind of stumbling also. Like it's like I get what you're saying. Like, but
hmm
I don't know. You can continue, but I get where you're coming from. So don't no need to apologize.
No, it's okay. So you were at the BET, you performed at the BET Cypher, and that's one of the most anticipated parts of the show. How was it being around such artists who are in the up and coming, like rapping with them? Because you were in the segment with Little Mama, right?
Yep, yep.
And D1.
Actually, it was a blessing. Like I went in there. I talked to the winner from 2012,
Right.
and his name is Jay, and he gave me a lot of tips. So shout out to Jay. And what he told me is that you have to brace yourself because you are coming into that area where you're just the person who won this contest. You're going to be surrounded by vets. You're going to be surrounded by people that have grinded, what I'm saying, at least decades just to be on the same platform as you. So you may run into some snobby people and you may run into some nice people. But by the
hmm
grace of God, everybody that I met were just nice. Like Little Mama, definitely like a huge shout out to her. She was very nice. She wasn't like, yo, what I'm saying, I'm Little Mama, like who are you? She wasn't like that at all. She had a really warm personality, a lot of energy too. She's really cool. Logic was really dope. I didn't even notice that Logic was Logic because he was so like laid back. Like I was expecting him to, kind of be a little bit, a little hard headed about himself, but he wasn't at all. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm Logic, what's up?" And I'm like, "Wait, you're Logic?" He's like, "Yeah." So Logic was mad dope, and definitely D1. That was my first time meeting him and
Okay.
actually hearing any of his work. And
Mhm.
D1 is mad cool. Actually, me and D1, we were just in Jackson, Mississippi for the BT College tour, and we kicked it out there. So it was,
Okay.
like I said, it was a true blessing to be around those cats, and they were all nice. And yeah, it was a blessing. I still can't believe that it's actually real. I feel like I'm still dreaming, but hopefully I don't wake up no time soon if it's a dream.
No, no, you're not dreaming because you're interviewing with us. And one, because you rapping, because what some people don't know is that you're the 2014 winner for the Cypher. So people want to know, how were you able to, because some people didn't know, because me, one of them, I didn't know that there was such a contest. So I
Yeah,
just
a lot
thought,
of people weren't aware of that.
right. So how were you able to, qualify and put in, because some of our listeners want to follow in that footstep and be in a cipher. So how were you able
hmm
to do it?
Actually, I have a crazy story about that, and I'll just like kind of like shorten it. But I actually entered in 2011, and I
Mhm.
wasn't selected, and then I entered again. What was it, last year? Yeah,
Mhm.
last year I entered again, and they had an age limit, and I didn't fit the qualification. So this year when it came around, I saw it on TV, and I was like, well, I'm not going to enter it because last year they had an age limit. They're probably going to have the same rules this year. And my friend had sent me the link, and she knew me from the last time when I entered it and how I didn't win because of my age limit. She's like, "Yo, I think you should check this out. I know it happened last year, but you still should check it out." And I'm like, "No, no, no." So I ended up waking up the next morning, and the Lord was just like, just check your DMs, like actually check and read the rules. And I read the rules, and it said at least 18 and up, and I was like, you know what? This is just a sign that this is destined. So I went and I wrote a few verses and everything, and yeah, I finally submitted it. It really wasn't a lot of promotion for that contest, so I do
Right.
see how like a lot of people didn't know about it. But one thing you got to do is just like seeing that people are already hearing that it's a winner this year. I would say like around this time next year, at least try to make sure that those upcoming artists like make sure they try to like keep an ear out because it'll probably be around the same time when they start doing the contest. So
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
really just got to keep the ear out, and then at the same time, you can't get discouraged if you don't win. Just think about if I would have got discouraged back in 2011,
Mhm.
I would have never been in this same position. So you can't get discouraged by a no because that no can be a yes either like 2 years later. So you got to keep pushing. You got to have faith.
Oh, see, keep on dreaming and you'll get to where you need to be.
There you
That's a
go.
good.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, like, in case people don't know, just by your name alone, it shows where you're from. Do you feel
Yep.
intimidated being that one of the most popular and most, studied rapper, Eminem, is from Detroit? Do you feel that you have such big shoes to fill?
You know, I really feel like no because what I do is I give each and every artist their own lane. So although Eminem is from Detroit and
Mhm.
I'm from Detroit also, that doesn't mean that when I'm trying to prove to the audience who I am that I have to step in on his toes or that I have to fill in his shoes. He's already paved that way, and I appreciate him for the lane that he's already made for lyricists like him and myself. But I feel like I have a role, and that's what I have to. That's the role that I have to play. It's really not about filling in anyone else's shoes. And I think when people try to fill in a legacy, or they try to follow behind another legacy, that's when they lose the passion or the vision that they have planned for themselves because you're so busy trying to be the next Eminem or make sure that verse is hotter than Big Sean's verse or like you're trying to prove yourself but you're not proving yourself. Like
Right.
I don't know if that made sense, but it's just like I'd rather fill in my own shoes and I don't know, like I don't know, I really don't like to try to fill in other people's shoes because like I said, you lose your own vision And I mean, we already have an Eminem, so no one needs another Eminem. No one needs another Big Sean. No one needs
Mhm.
another Detroit Chase. So I feel like if everyone just made their own lane, and I think this music scene, specifically Detroit, the music scene, it would just be booming because everybody will have that role. Everybody will play that significant role, and nobody will be trying to step on the toes of others. And that's really what's like happening a lot in this music scene is you have people and they may salute the next artist, but yet they're still trying to make sure that they're better than that artist when the only person you should try to make sure that you're better than is the person that who you were yesterday. So I feel like it is pressure, but that's
Right.
from the masses, that's from the people. But personally,
Mhm.
I don't feel any pressure because I know that I have to do what Che is meant to do, and Eminem has already paved the way and did what Marshall was supposed to do. And huge shout out to Eminem. I hope to work with him soon. Speaking of him, but yeah.
Okay. All right. What can Detroit Shay bring to the hip hop game?
Oh, I would want to say, and this is not trying to fill in or trying to return like a or like relive another legacy, but I want to say Che is gonna bring like that Missy Elliott, MC Light, Queen Latifah type era back to today's hip hop. You have, and this is no disrespect to Nicki Minaj because I look up to her, and that's why I definitely said that in my cipher. But you have two different type of females. You
Mhm.
can have the Nicki Minaj, and you can have the Missy Elliott. I want to say I more so pertain to the Missy Elliott side because that's just how I am. Like I've never been I don't know, I played basketball a lot, so I always wore like sweatpants or I never really wore like a lot of tight clothing. So my
Right.
appearance may come off to people a certain way, but it does have a lot to do with my artistry, but I feel like some people try to like box me in because I dress a certain way. And I feel like people try to box in Nicki Minaj because she dresses a certain way. But I would like to say I pertain more to, or I resemble the old school female hip hop era, like I said, like the MC Light and Queen Latifah. So I want to say Detroit Che brings kind of like a gritty like raunchiness, but still like a mellow personal side to the hip hop industry. And I also think that I bring and this is with all arrogance aside, I think I really bring like some personality into the game. There's a lot of artists and you only know them for that music. You
Right.
don't really get to know the artist, or that artist is so focused on being this top artist that they don't get to show the person that they actually are. So what I want to do with my opportunity and with my platform, I want to not only show them who Detroit Che is, but I want to show them who Che is outside of or off stage. So I want to bring a little new flavor to today's hip hop. I guess I would say.
It's funny you said some new flavor because you cited that, I'm assuming that you grew up listening to Queen Latifah and
Yeah,
MC Light. So
MC
would
Light
you say
definitely.
maybe you're trying to bring back like because back in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, these women, they were on top of their game in a
Mhm.
male dominated industry because this is a male
Exactly.
dominated industry. So are you going to bring like that throwback 90s feel with a little bit of today's music?
You know what? I feel like I'm going to bring that back, but I don't think that's me trying to bring it back because, like I said, like I don't know, like my personality, I don't know, like, and even my appearance, like it's kind of
Mhm.
like a left eye type thing, and like with my energy, a lot of people are just like, yo, you kind of remind me of like Left Eye rather than any new age female artist.
Right.
And that's no disrespect against the new age female artists, but I just feel like my style is just, I don't know. Some people say like I have an old soul, so I don't know if I'm like stuck back in old school hip hop and like I'm just here in 2014. But yeah, I guess you can say I'm bringing that back, but I'm also not trying to step on any of those legends' toes and try to say I can do it better than them. I'm just trying to be who Shay is, and I just so happen to resemble that the legends from the female industry.
Okay, because it's just interesting because some hip hop artists they come out, they have a
Mhm.
successful song or a successful album, and we don't hear from them anymore. It's like, dang,
Right.
like, where are they now? What are you trying
Exactly.
to do to still? Because it's kind of hard to stay relevant because let's be clear, the top names in hip hop are Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and let's see who else. Rick Ross.
Yeah,
These are people who are
basically.
yeah, and then it's like anybody after that, it's like, well, if you don't feature these people on your songs, you're not gonna last. How are you trying to last in this hip hop game? Being also in your female.
It's not. It's kind of tough because I feel like I don't want to be the artist with just like that comes out with like a hit record because you kind of like set yourself up for like a fall. It's like
Mhm.
okay, you have this hit record, so now your next record has to be bigger than that first record, and then
Mhm.
after that it has to be bigger, and it's kind of like this rapid just cycle of you like you're setting your standards high, but you're also like preparing yourself for like your fall. Like some artists are some artists they have a record that's bigger than them. And what I mean
Mhm.
by that is like you said, like after you have that song, you have that album, what other content do you have to feed out to the people? And I think
Exactly.
with me being with my versatility, not just wanting to make bangers or songs that you can bob your head to, but also wanting to talk about issues that happens in the community, not just the black community, but just with today's society, period. I think
Mhm.
that gives me like this balance to where I can have two type of fan bases. I can have the people who like the bangers, and I can have the people who like the lyrical music. And I feel like those true hip hop heads are going to be like the lyrical people, like the people that like stuff like the Cypher. And I feel like those type of supporters, you'll never lose them because they understand the underground culture of hip hop, you know. And then you have the people that are more so in my generation where they just want to hear something that's very catchy. But those
Right.
are the same people that are like, okay, if you're not Drake or if you're not Nicki or if you don't have them on that song, then you won't be anything. But I want to change that mindset because you don't. I want to change that mindset because you don't have to have these artists on your song in order to be something. And
Mhm.
for people to make an artist feel like that, that's not a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? That you want to feel as an upcoming artist. So I'm not sure how that is going to change people, but I think I really want to speak on that, getting the platform that I'm getting, and just letting people know that there can be more than one hot artist out at a time. Because
Right.
like you think about it, you think about the male industry, and you ask somebody what's your top five males, and they say, oh,
Mhm.
Kendrick, Wayne, da 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 da, and they got a whole list, and then you ask somebody what's your top females, and they only
And
say
they
Nicki
can't
Minaj.
name it. Right.
And that's because they only give that. It's like you got all these guys, but it only can be one female, and it's like why does it have to be like that? And I
Mhm.
think that's another reason why the female industry is so catty towards each other is because the masses are telling them that there can only be one. So that's the mind state that us female artists are having now when we go into the lab. Oh, I have to be number one. I have to be number one. No, just be better than who you were yesterday. Salute the next female artist and keep it moving.
See, that's good. We need different female artists today.
Yeah,
We need to
definitely.
like mix it up because it's like everyone has. Oh, if you come out, you have to be surgically done. You have to get the attention of the males, and it's like, well, there
Yeah.
are females who don't have to do all of that, and they can still spit. Like you were actually one of my favorite from this year's ciphers, because I was like, when the
Thank you
ciphers
so
come
much.
on and you hear some of the names, you're like, oh, okay, well, let me see. And then when you started rapping, I'm like, yo, like she's really dope. But then in my mind, I'm like, she's really, really good. And I actually sent this tweet out. I said it's good to see female artists come out and not have to look to have that certain look and still be good.
Exactly.
And that's what I think a lot of females, not saying African American females, but all females who want to be rappers, this is
Mhm.
what they have to see, that you can come out being you. You don't have to be something else to make it. And I truly,
Exactly.
yeah, I
Exactly.
truly think that it's time for that. I mean, no disrespect. I'm a huge fan of, some of the women who are on top of the hip hop game right now. But
Oh
then
yeah,
again, it's like,
definitely. Nikki,
yeah,
Iggy, we
and
can
she's
even
one
go
of my
back to
favorites.
Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Like there's
yeah,
no disrespect. I just think it's time for something, and not even that it's time for something new. I think it's time for someone to actually step up and be, like you just said, come in the game
mhm,
and be that person who you want to be. And then
exactly.
that's even like I even how I keep myself being myself is I
Mhm.
always think about Eminem. People say, "Oh, Eminem's crazy, Eminem's crazy," and I think about Lil Wayne, and it's like, but Eminem and Lil Wayne has never adapted to hip hop. They've made hip hop adapt to them, and their
Exactly.
styles, yes, their styles have kind of, it really hasn't even changed. It has expanded. So
Mhm.
although I may dress a certain way, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to spice it up, but I'm not going to change who I am. But yes, I can grow into a better, I'm saying I can't spice up my style instead of just wearing skinny jeans. I may wear skinny jeans and they may have some rips in it. Like, it's really just about like that little, like, just moment of like expansion. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's time for somebody to really enter the game and just be 100% confident within themselves. And I really think that whoever that artist is, even if it's not me, I think that they really have that. They're gonna have that spark, and they're gonna be that one icon. And it's just like, wow, it took that one female, and now you see all these little girls just coming into the game, and they're being who they want to be. You don't have a gang full of Barbies. You have a
Mm.
gang full of Barbies. You have some Missy Elliott's. You have some Queen Latifah's. You have some Eve. It's just a variety, but it's just that's how females are. It's a variety of us. Like, we're not all, everybody doesn't dress, what I'm saying, showing a lot of flesh. Like, there are some females that like to be kind of fully clothed. So, like I said, I don't know. I hope I'm that person, because I would love to inspire females, because I was that one female who needed that inspiration, and females like
Mhm.
Missy Elliott and Missy Light have inspired me. So I would love to be that inspiration. But even if not, like I said, whoever that female is, I think she's going to be on to something.
Oh, that's good. We need that. So where can fans
Yeah.
see you? Twitter, Instagram? Are you on tour? Are you releasing a mixtape anytime soon?
Oh yeah, I'm always on Twitter. A lot of people, well, yeah, actually, I'm always on Twitter. One thing that I try to do, and I see that a lot of artists, like, they don't really try to do, and even it's
Mhm.
like, even not even just the huge artists, but even the artists that are on the come up, they don't take the time to really like reach back and like try to reach out to their fans, and that's what I
Right.
do on my Twitter all day. Like, I try my hardest to reply to everybody, and I try to check my DMs. I just try to interact and try to show them that I'm not only here for the music, I'm also here as a person. I'm not sure if you recently heard about it was a student from here. It was a young man, and he committed suicide, and he drowned himself in the Detroit River. And
Mm.
I related my story because at times, and I used to really battle with depression, and I wanted to use my platform to reach out and raise awareness to suicide prevention and teenage depression, because it's really serious.
Right.
And as an artist, we deal with so many things, but we're just told to like be like this robot and just have this certain persona about ourselves, and it's just music, music, music,
Mhm.
but we end up losing ourselves in the music. And I want to show the people that, yes, I do have great music that you like to listen to, but I'm also a great person, and I want you
Right.
to get to know me for who I am. So that's why I spend a lot of my time reaching back out on Instagram and on Twitter. I also have a mixtape coming out, actually an EP. It's called Before the Storm.
Okay.
I feel like that title just really is really just like a metaphor to my life right now. Like, I really feel like this is the calm before the storm. I
Mhm.
know that the Lord is always working, but sometimes as humans, we may get discouraged, or we may feel like something is not happening because it's not happening on our watch. But
Exactly.
spiritually, I feel like this is the calm before the storm. And although I may not be able to see these blessings that are coming, but I have enough faith, and I know that this is that calm. And when that storm comes, there's not going to be any man that's able to block those blessings. So I wanted just to make a short little project of how I was feeling at the moment, and this project is really kind of like, some people would think that it's contradicting because it's a lot of well, it's actually a few bangers, but I wanted
Mhm.
to get like those jitters out of me. Like, sometimes I would want to like make bangers, and then sometimes I would really want to write songs where I really make someone think. So
Okay.
entering 2015, I know that I want to be on the more lyrical side, and I want to experiment with my singing more. So ending 2014, I just wanted to drop these bangers, and like I said, yes, the calm before the storm. So hopefully people will enjoy that also. But yeah, so as far as the EP, I also have a video out. I dropped yesterday. It's called Act
Okay.
Like One. Yeah, that's a single off the EP.
Okay.
And then me and my friend Jay Prime and I, we also have a video out called DVA. It stands for Detroit versus Anybody. And we've actually been sitting on that project for a minute, and then we finally released it probably about a week or two ago. And yeah, so that's really about it. I'm just really trying to get ready for 2015 and to stay
I was
prepared.
just about to say, like, you're like preparing yourself for
Yeah,
2015.
yeah, definitely. I feel like if I'm not preparing myself for the next time period, then somebody is. So I like to stay ahead of myself, and I'd rather be ahead than behind. So
That's
yeah, I'm
good.
already preparing for 2015.
That's good. So your fans can find you at Detroit. Is your name on Instagram and Twitter Detroit Shay?
Well, actually, on Instagram it's different, but on Twitter it's Detroit Che, Detroit
Mhm.
CHE, and then on Instagram it is Dunkin' Donut Don, and that's just Dunkin' Donut and then DON. I love donuts. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, thank you
Or if they
so
want, they can
much.
use the hashtag
Mhm.
Detroit Che on Instagram. Either way, like I try my best to find everybody. So yeah, either way it's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the
No problem.
interview.
Like
It
I
was
said, I
so
truly
good.
appreciate the opportunity. I thank you guys for reaching out, and I thank you guys for giving me the chance to tell my story. I truly thank that. I truly thank you guys. What's up, y'all? It's your homegirl Detroit Che, and you are now tuned in to Versed Online. Yeah.